This, I believe, everyone is wanted. I was not a child that my parents planned for, and 6 months after I was born, my mother decided to abandon me and her responsibilities as a parent. So growing up, I only knew my dad and my grandma. I was 5 years old when I came home from school and saw my dad hanging from the ceiling. I didn't understand the gravity of the situation until a couple of months later. I kept asking the paramedics when he was coming back, and they kept saying that he isn't. Approximately a year later, I was getting ready for school, and the cops knocked on the door, and my grandma just starts crying. The cops asked me if I knew this lady that was outside my house. I said I've never seen her before. It was my mom. She told the police that my grandma kidnapped me, so I met my mom in court and my half-brothers and half-sisters. I would spend weekends with them, and during the week I would be with my grandma. The only reason my mom wanted custody of me in the first place was because she thought there was a life insurance policy on my dad. Once she found out that there was no life insurance policy, she dropped all charges and I never heard from her again. Growing up, I was mad at God and jealous of other kids with normal lives. I was 15 when I first felt the feeling of being wanted. I fell in love with a girl, and I was addicted to the feeling I got when I was around her. I experienced happiness and it felt good. I later found out she cheated on me, and I became worse mentally. I fell into a deep state of depression, and I didn't care about life. I tried to kill myself, but I was unsuccessful. But one morning, I received a text from the U17 soccer boys national team. He needed a couple of extra guest players for a tournament in Germany. I was ecstatic and told him I would be honored to play. It was at this tournament where I felt normal and wanted, and when I came back, I had 200 plus unread emails from every college in the country inviting me to their campuses to see the schools and meet the teams. My years of suffering were over, and I could finally focus on my dream of becoming a pro soccer player. I had a hard time deciding what school to go to, but after considering financial costs of certain schools and other aspects, I decided I wanted to play for GCU. But God had other plans. I was not allowed to play D1 sports because of my grades, so my next school of choice was DBU. I went to DBU for one semester but quickly realized that I did not fit in at all. So I transferred to SAGU, and I now know what it feels like to be wanted.